Find out why the Variety Club wants us to wear our hearts on our sleeves, as I'm doing today, and 4 adorable kids with 4 adorable puppies up for adoption.
We've seen those puppies, and they are adorable. The forecast, not adorable, but nevertheless tolerable. We'll talk about that.
Okay, we'll have all the details coming up next. Join us.
I lost my weight with Weight Watchers years ago, but this new plan they've got, it's really something that's called Quick Control. It's simple and it's pre-planned. It's all written down by day. From day 1, you're ready to go. There's so little weighing or measuring. This is not a hassle. It's great. It's simple to follow. It puts you in control right from the start.
For 2 weeks only, join Weight Watchers for $10. That's a $16 savings. Offer's good for 2 weeks only, so call 1-800-228-2315 today.
What you fixing?
Any more?
We had any more yesterday.
Oh, that was beef stew. This is sliced turkey and dressing, and there's tuna noodle casserole and noodles and chicken.
I could go for some of that.
New Dinty Moore American Classics. 5 timeless recipes from the makers of America's favorite beef stew. Ready in minutes.
What'd you build this fire for? We got plenty of wood.
New American Classics from Dinty Moore.
Thank you for watching KCCI TV8 in Des Moines. And now from TV8, Iowa's news leader, Molly Cooney, John McLaughlin, and Mary Brubaker. This is TV8 News, live at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve Carlin in for John McLaughlin, who has the day off. The Catholic Diocese of Des Moines is honoring the memory of Bishop Morris Dingman.
Funeral service are being held for the 6th Bishop of Des Moines at this hour. TV8's Michelle Parker is at St. Ambrose Cathedral in downtown Des Moines. She joins us now live with more. Michelle?
Well, Molly, this has been a very beautiful and solemn service here at St. Ambrose Cathedral. The funeral mass continues, and I'd like to switch now to a live picture so that you can see what's happening right now. People are here from all over Iowa and outside the state here to mourn Bishop Morris Dingman's death and celebrate his life. The church is filled with people, some standing along the back of the church. Others are in the chapel area of the church. There are 18 bishops here, including all the ones from Iowa, also the priests of the Des Moines Diocese, and people whose lives were touched by Bishop Dingman. Bishop Lawrence Sowens of Sioux City, a close friend of Bishop Dingman's, gave the homily, and he talked about what it meant to Bishop Dingman to be a bishop. Sowens said Dingman believed that he was sent to preach a message of hope and joy. And the burial will be at Glendale Cemetery, and I will have a complete report on the funeral tonight at 6. Molly?
Okay, Michelle, thank you very much. Steve?
In other news, an historic church in Winterset was destroyed by fire overnight. Madison County officials are trying to determine the cause. And TV8's Steve Oswald is live in Winterset with more. Steve?
You're right. The church was built around 1886 for the first time, and a passerby first noticed the fire early this morning about 1:50 this morning, Steve. It wasn't until about 6 a.m. this morning that firefighters finally got it under control. Firefighters from 9 area fire departments joined in the efforts to save First Baptist Church, and this is how things appeared during the course of the fire. Toward the end of the fire, firefighters say despite the extra help, they were beginning to run low on water. Damage to the church is estimated this morning at about $700,000. The church has been totally engulfed in flames. The pastor of the church says that the loss was far more than just money.
When they were breaking out the stained glass windows earlier in the morning to get in to take care of the fire, every time they broke one of those, it was just like a part of my heart broke. You know, it was just one of those things, the memories and all that. In the 8 years I've been here, and some of the people have been here, we got one family that's been here for 50 years, so they, you know, their kids grew up in this church, and their grandkids have come here. And
joining us now live is Fire Chief for the Winterset Fire Department, Rich Truckenbrod, who's had a very busy morning, and it's been tough, I know, on you and your firefighters. Just how involved was this fire by the time you got here? You must have had your job cut out for you at that time.
When we got here, I'm sure that the sanctuary floor had burned and was in the basement. There was just too much involvement, too much smoke load, too much fire load to be anything else. It's been burning for a while before we came.
We're taking a look at some pictures now as we talk to you that were taken early this morning by an amateur photographer. Tell us what you know about the cause at this point. Or is that just totally up in the air?
Totally up in the air. Anything I'd say would be speculation, and I try not to play that game.
What about the history behind this church? As far as you know, it actually has been damaged by fire in the past, hasn't it, and been rebuilt?
Yeah, or somewhere around the turn of the century, the church looked just about like it does right now, and they banded together and rebuilt it. Did a nice job. It's been a beautiful building in town.
Tell us about the kind of help that you got this morning. We said 9 fire departments. Who came out and what kind of help did they provide?
Okay, I knew immediately it was going to need aerial ladders, so I had them trip out Indianola, Osceola, Norwalk for their aerials, Martinsdale, Earlham for pumpers, St. Charles, Truro, and Larmer for manpower.
Okay, I understand we're taking a look at some video that was shot now later this morning as you began to get the thing under control. Is this one of the most difficult fires that you fought here in your tenure in the department?
Yeah, it's been one of the hardest. It was one of the most frustrating because we had to let it burn through the roof to vent it. There was no way possible that we could get on the roof to vent it ourselves, which is what we normally like to do.
Chief, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
We understand it really remains up in the air at this point as to whether this church will be rebuilt here in Winterset. A fund has been established at a local bank, but some members of the church feel that since it's been damaged by fire twice now and rebuilt, that the structure won't be able to withstand another rebuilding. So we'll just have to wait and see on that end. And we'll have further details on this fire tonight at 6 o'clock on the TV8 News.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Over 200 workers are still off the job at U.S. West after a fire there yesterday morning. That fire broke out on the 7th floor in the downtown Des Moines office building, causing the company to seal off floors 3 through 15. Employees escaped unharmed, but there still is concern about a possible asbestos release. U.S. West spokesperson Lynn Gipple says they are still waiting for air quality sample results before they let people back onto the upper floors. Fire officials are still searching for a cause, and no damage amounts have been given. U.S. West workers who still need to know when and where to report for work should call the company at 286-6727.
A fire has claimed 3 lives in Indianapolis and also caused a delay in the Mike Tyson rape trial. The fire broke out in Indianapolis, at the Indianapolis Athletic Club, where the trial jurors were sequestered. All the jurors were escorted safely from the hotel, but 2 firefighters and a 3rd person died in the blaze. Tyson left the courthouse today while officials discussed when to resume. The trial could take up again this afternoon. Jurors had to leave their belongings behind in the hotel.
A grand jury in Michigan today indicted the man known as Dr. Death for helping 2 women kill themselves with machines he invented. Prosecutors say Dr. Jack Kevorkian faces 2 counts of murder and 1 count of delivering a controlled substance.
Still to come, a new report is not encouraging when it comes to U.S. kids in science and math.
And our Olympic preview continues with a look at the ice hockey teams. Stay with us.
It was like winding a giant spring. You pull the rope with all your might. Sometimes you thought you'd fly right off. And then you'd lean back and you'd feel the wind rush by. And the world was all upside down with the sun.